figure I make a kind of update video. I figure it's like every 6 months I do an update video on this car. But I see that there's kind of some interest. Like my last two videos have over 1,000 views, and I only have I had 20, we don't know 20 subscribers when I posted the last video, and now I'm at 40 subscribers. I was just checking last night, and I've really haven't had much content to film, but over the course of the last 3 days, I've been trying to get my car inspected, and I just was able to pass. So I'm gonna kind of talk about that and do just a general update on the car. So as you can see, it's on two sets of wheels. Um, the two rear tires of the drifts need to be replaced because they're pretty much bald. So I took it to get inspected on Sunday or Monday, the last day of the month, because I've been lazy and I haven't been, up on it. And it failed. It failed for the two rear tires, which I thought. I thought it might fail for the catalytic converter because there's a leak in there. I hit a speed bump, last week, and it cracked it. It's a little small leak. You can't even see it. I've been on the car. That doesn't really concern me too much. But no, it failed because there was a major leak, and the guy that was inspecting it brought me underneath the car, and he showed me. He was like, "Yeah, I think you have a huge oil leak because it's going underneath the entirety of the car." And I'm like, "No." In my head, I was like, "No, it's not an oil leak because it's had this oil leak. That's what these cars have. They have oil consumption issues, and I have to fill in maybe a quart to a quart and a half every 2 weeks." And I was like, "No, that's not it. I have a power steering fluid leak. Actually, it's a major power steering fluid leak, and I have to add power steering fluid in every couple days." And I've been super lazy on that. It started probably around September, and I have not been addressing it at all. I just keep going and buying power steering fluid because that's what I do. I just avoid problems till they need to be addressed. But yeah, so took it out. I failed for that. Took it home. I also had a check engine light, and I reset it, and it said that it wasn't ready for to be tested by the time I got there. I also have an ABS light for a speed sensor, but they didn't really care about that, and that's probably something I will fix, but it's probably on the end of my list of fixing with this car. But I took it home. My dad had a spacer, an O2 sensor spacer, so we took the O2 sensor out, put the spacer on it. He carved it out so it would fit, and we put that in there, cleaned the other side of the car, and then I drove back to Westchester, which is like a 40-minute drive. And the drive there, no check engine light came on. I plugged the OBD2 sensor in it, and it still said it was not ready for testing. And I was like, how much driving do I have to do? So I drove it, when I got down to Westchester, I drove it another 30 minutes, still nothing. So I came back to my apartment, parked, and I was like, you know what, I have to always drive it to get till it's ready to be tested before I can go to bed tonight. And I drove it another 20 minutes, and then the check engine light came on, and it was for the same P0420 code, which is for the catalytic converter, downstream O2 sensor. And I was distraught. I was like, oh my god, I just spent the last 4 hours working on my car and then driving all the way down here. Plus I'm broke. Gas is super expensive, and I've been putting $20 in. I've been fully filling the tank, so it was just a lot of expenses. So I had to drive back up to my house, all the way up here in Douglasville, Pottstown area. That's where I live. Another 15 minutes back up the next morning. I stopped at AutoZone and got an adapter for the spacer, put that in, and that seemed to fix the problem. I still don't have a check engine light right now. I still have a power steering fluid leak, but basically that's it. Basically, after 30 times, because I tried to go last night after I fixed everything up, and the shop is very weird. They it says on the website they're open till 5. I got there at 4:20, and the guy said that they were closed. So he was only able to not even give me my emission sticker. He just basically checked to see if it was ready, and then wrote on a piece of paper that it was ready. But when I still came in, he still asked. He still checked it again, I guess, to see if it was ready. And yeah, but so that's basically an update on my inspection, trying to get this car inspected. And I know for a fact, I feel like for a fact that the power steering fluid leak was somehow caused by this car being as low as it is. And maybe I went over like, I don't know, a rock or something in the road that was sticking up and it cut the line. I really think that's what happened. I haven't been able to help find the leak, you know. Neither has my dad, because like we just been trying to get it to pass inspection, which I finally did. So, but just like general like overview, put the TSX stocks on, which I've had. The previous owner came with the car, and they had better tread on than the front tires. And I guess when the previous owner switched these over, maybe they were new tires then, and I haven't like put too many miles on them. I mean, I drove it like that for like, I feel like a year. Overall, these tires are better because they're Toyo tires, and these are just Chinese brand tires. So obviously, that's going to be better tires. Even though they are like at this point 4 years old, and those tires up there are a year old. But general overview, I mean, the car's really dirty right now. I literally have been driving it so much over the last like 3 days. You know, going down to Westchester, up to Reading, down to Westchester, up to Reading, down to Westchester, up to Reading, and then driving it around, trying to get the car to be ready for inspection. I've driven probably 300, 400, 500 miles in the last couple of days, and this car's honestly been a champ. Like this ride height, yes, it's a little low. Yes, I do love it. I do love how low it is and it sits. It's kind of perfect because I still can like pretty much get over all the bumps. It still drives really smooth. One thing that I think I was talking about in my last video was my wheel bearing was very loud, and I got that replaced. One thing, I got that replaced, and I raised the car and I put it back on those TSX stocks. You can hear that leak. Hear that leak? Not fun. So, friend Brian, I got this TSX steering wheel literally way back last time I was at the junkyard when I got these interior pieces, but I just never put it on. I just kind of forgot about it. But I really like it. It's leather. All the buttons are nice and crisp and legible. I just the other day hit 210,000 miles, so that's kind of fun. It's funny because I hit 210,000 miles, and I put so many miles in this car since I hit 200. I guess I hit 200,000 miles right around July, and now I'm at 210. Let me turn the car off. I'm at 210,000 miles, and yeah. But I don't know. I'm just making this video. I don't know if I'll post it. I guess since I'm making it, I will post it. But I don't know. Like I want people to like tell me like. I feel weird like saying like tell me what you want me to do videos on, because like I feel like I only have like 2 people watching. But like, yeah, what do you want to see? I guess there's so many things that I could have like done. I guess like I never think of things that I'm doing as things that people want to watch, you know, because I like to think of what I'll watch. But like last year, me and my friend Brian, I also told him to make a YouTube channel because he's always doing stuff to his car. We went to Pocono Raceway, and we drove our cars around the track, and that would have been great to like actually document. I tried to, like, I have videos of like me going around the track, but like actually like talking and doing all that stuff. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I'll do it again. But it just, I felt like my car took such a beating, and I had money at the time. I don't, because I'm a broke college student. I've been trying to find a job. I don't really have time to talk about that, but I had money at the time, so I got rolled and slotted rotors and pads put in the front, and then we drove like an hour and a half up to the track. And like I said, this car has oil consumption issues, and we would go on the track, and it's like 10 minutes of just like this like half-mile track. And after each session, my car would be in limp mode because it didn't have any oil, and I would have to fill up after each time. And it was just kind of, it was funny because like the first session it went into limp mode, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Because normally when it goes into limp mode, um, it means something actually needs to be replaced. But there's something wrong, there's a sensor broken, something. And yeah, that's basically what it was. It just needed oil, and it was fine. And I only had one jug of oil, so I was trying to make it that last. But it was fine. Engine was good. Also, this car handled so good. The only limiting factors are the tires, the cheap tires. If I had a good set of tires, it'd be so much better. Honestly, I was keeping up with a lot of cars that like you wouldn't think I'd keep up with. Like this car is a 4-cylinder, 150-ish horsepower, 210,000 mile, or at the time 200,000 mile Honda, and I was like, in the turns I was keeping up with 350Zs, Corvettes, Mustangs, Camaros, and I mean they might not have been pushing their cars as hard as I was. I mean, from like because, but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, um, Thanks for viewing the video of my my car trying to get inspected, because that's not fun. And I had to. One thing I didn't mention was I had to go up to that shop. Like I couldn't like then go to like a different shop or a shop closer to me, like in Westchester. Was because I went there and they made you pay $60 to look at a car. And he was like, yeah, you pay $60, and once you get everything back, you can just bring your car in free of charge. And I was like, okay, cool at the time, but I didn't realize how that like limited me to have to go all the way up to your shop now. And I had to go up yesterday. I was very furious when I went up yesterday, and I couldn't get anything done because they were closed. But yeah, everything's done now. I have the stickers on, the car's inspected. I mean, it was due at the end of February, and today is the 2nd of March. So I guess I now have a whole extra month to get the car inspected next year. If it's here next year, like H Day, that's in April. May do a few other shows, may film a little bit. I just want people to know like what do you want to see me like post about? Like I saw a video, I watched this guy All Day Anthony, and I love his content. He's a super clean Civic, like a million times clearer than this piece of crap Honda. And he did a video because someone asked him like just like to like go over like the parts he has in his cars, and I feel like I've done that in the last couple of videos, so like I feel like I shouldn't like do that again. But I mean, I just want to know like what do people want to see from this. Like I just feel like this car's not a turbo Honda, it's not a super clean Honda, it's not even a Honda Civic, which a lot of people feel like have. It's just like a older Honda Accord coupe that I've just had for the last 4 years that I've been trying to make. When this car, honestly I don't care. When the car has 4 wheels on it that look the same, and it's cleaned up. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. If you have any suggestions on what do you want me to see, I can never speak. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see, leave them on the comment section below, or you can always follow my Instagram. Also, this is a sticker from Pocono Raceway. I hate how it doesn't actually say Pocono Raceway on it. But I guess that's a series. Track night in America, they go to different tracks. But you can always, at 7G Coupe, hit me up there. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let's do the shot. Boom. Thanks for watching. I would love to get like beauty shots of this car, like the like angles like this, and then it go like this, and then it go like down here, and then it go like and then it go like in, and they pan out, and then it go down low, and then it go up, and then I get the rear like this, and then it go up, and then go down, and if we go up we can see that awful fitment of these rear tires, which I'm going home right now to replace. and then they go down again, and then they go like this. Woo! And then it fades away, and then it cuts to black, and then it's like that. Or I guess there's no sun, but I'd love to get like a video, an actual professional video done.